On this show, we cover some sensitive topics.
Though the obituaries may be outlandish, the people are real.
Names have been changed or omitted in order to respect both the deceased and the survived by.
While death is no laughing matter, some petty last words can provide some pretty entertaining comic relief.
Welcome to Obituary. Welcome back to Obituary. I'm Spencer Henry.
And I'm Madison Reyes.
And we are doing this for the second time.
Oh, yeah, we got interrupted.
Interrupted just by the intro. We were talking about how annoying it is because I'm in a lot of group chats and I always put them on Do Not Disturb just all the time because I just don't like to be disturbed. One thing about me is I don't want to be disturbed.
No, yeah, one thing about you is you utilize that Do Not Disturb button. And I know how to break through it by calling you twice, but you love to put that thing on.
I do. I don't want to be disturbed. For some reason, it doesn't connect to the computer that we use that's off to the side to record. And all these texts just started coming through. And I said, We were only like 30 seconds in.
Yeah.
Before we were interrupted, I was about to tell you, do you remember Post Secret?
Yes.
That was
totally do.
my shit.
I remember the book.
Uh-huh.
And it was like people's little secrets that they'd post.
They would like write it on a postcard and send it into this address. And I remember every Sunday it would refresh. So I think it was like Saturday night really late, I would like refresh the page.
Uh-huh.
But I kind of miss that era of, it wasn't instant gratification. Everything now is very all the time. Like everything's live or everything's like a million parts or whatever. But there was something so nice about the simplicity of just like once a week. That was my little thing I could look forward to. Which I guess is maybe this podcast for some people. Maybe that's
true.
Like, okay, every Thursday.
Not instant gratification.
You're not getting instant gratification here. We're never going to give anyone instant gratification.
God. Also, instant gratification, we don't even watch commercials anymore. And if I have to watch a commercial, fuck that. I pay to not.
Well, I try. Listen, Hulu, we're looking at you. I pay an ungodly amount every month because I added the live TV. I added the no ads. And for some reason, I still fucking get ads. And other people I talk to also get ads on Hulu. Sorry if you're getting ads here, but we do need to secure our bag.
Listen to them.
Or listen ad-free and a week early on Wondery Plus and Amazon Prime and Apple Podcasts. There also. Listen, we don't make the rules. We just follow them.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay, so get over it. I do miss that era of just simplicity because things have not been very simplistic over here, Madison.
Okay, tell me.
Oh, we've had so much go on. First of all, I need to tell the in-depth story of the alarm situation.
Oh my God, I forgot about that. Okay, wait. So we had Easter.
Together.
Yeah, with my family. That was great. And then Sunday, I prepared taxes all day, and you were going nuts.
I was going haywire because everything was going haywire. So, Geoffs, picture this. I wake up on Saturday morning because that's when it started. I wake up. I don't know what time it actually started, but I know that on Saturday morning, I woke up and I heard this sound and it was like beep. And then 6 seconds would pass. Beep. And it was this high-pitched frequency where it was very high, but you could hear it.
Yeah.
It was almost like that ringing in your ear noise.
Right.
And so I'm furious. Because that's how I hopped up hot out of that bed. And I went down. It was pouring rain. I took Hot Dog on a little walk and trying to like locate where this noise was coming from.
You called me and you had me listen.
Yeah, because I was like, can you hear this? I did that to everyone. I called our friend Chris. I called everyone. I'm like, do you hear this? I even stopped a lady who was walking her dog and I was like, do you hear this noise? And she's like, yeah, I do. And I'm like, okay, good. Just making sure I'm not going crazy because it was just absurd. It wouldn't stop. And I couldn't tell. It almost sounded like when someone leaves their keys in their car and then walks away.
And it like won't lock.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
It was kind of like that noise, but so faint. And I was walking around with Hot Dog, couldn't pinpoint exactly where it was. It got to the point where I was like, okay, I'm just going to wait for it to go away. It didn't. So I eventually got in the car and I started driving around trying to find it. And I realized that it's like definitely coming from somewhere between me and my neighbor's house. So it's somewhere like around my front yard, and my neighbors are doing construction on their house right now. And so they have this huge like industrial dumpster out front of their house right now. And it's very tall. And I thought the noise was coming from there, but I wasn't positive.
Right.
They weren't home at the time. So I'm like, whatever, I'm just going to let it pass. I ended up sleeping in a different room. I stayed in the back of the house because you couldn't hear it from there that night. And then on Sunday, I woke up and I was like, surely this will be gone. I walk out into the living room. It's fucking going again. And I am just furious. Like, I am on a mission at that point. I'm like, I've got to fucking do something.
Well, that's like a form of torture that people can use.
Yeah, and it felt like it. I felt like I was being tortured.
Fuck. That sucks.
And so I called the police. I called the police. I'm the neighborhood Karen. I got on the Nextdoor app first. Posted a thing. Anyone else hear this ringing?
Oh, you posted it?
Yeah.
Did people reply?
No.
Oh, okay.
Not a single person. Because you can only really hear it in front of my house and my neighbor's house.
Got it.
I looked up like who to call when you hear an alarm going off for a very long time. And everyone's like, just call your local non-emergency number. So I did. I felt bad for even the person who answered the phone because I was like, listen, I know this is probably not a priority, but there's this ringing and I'm losing my mind.
Yeah.
And so they sent someone down, came so fast. He's like, comes to my door and I point out where the ringing is. He ends up climbing up over the dumpster thing. And he's like, it's coming from there, but it doesn't sound like it because it's kind of echoing out at the top. And he's like, anyway, I can't go in there. I already felt bad because it's like pouring rain. And I was like, well, can I go in there? And he's like, I mean, yeah. But I was like, well, I get like in trouble for like trespassing or something. I don't know. And he's like, no, you're good, but just be careful.
Right.
And so I'm like, all right. So I come back in, I like put on my like Carhartt coveralls and like boots and gloves. I jump into that fucking dumpster. It is pouring rain and I'm just in this dumpster and I am hearing the beeping louder than ever.
Oh.
And I cannot locate it. I'm moving like these fucking beams with all these nails sticking out. There's so much just garbage in there.
Oof.
But I was determined. I'm like, I'm going to find it. And I just had to give up at one point because I truly could not. I was like, I'm not going to be able to actually get to it.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just going to have to deal with this. The police left. And then eventually later, I showed you the video. My very, very sweet neighbor.
Oh, God. She had a little hat on.
A little Easter hat
with like flowers. So cute.
She's a doll. She comes to my door and they hadn't been home. And I've only really conversed with her, not her husband, but through the fence. That's Hot Dog's boyfriend that lives next door. That's his mom. And she's like, I'm terribly sorry. And I was just like, oh my God, no, it's so okay. And she's like, I heard the police came. And I was like, yeah, I don't know. Because I didn't want to be like, yeah, I called them too. It could have been a dangerous situation. It could have been a carbon monoxide alarm. It could have been somebody stuck in their garage or something. Like, I don't know what's going on. I'm like, it's okay. She's like, I just fell asleep in my recliner last night. I didn't even hear it. And I'm like, oh my gosh. I was like, don't worry about it. It's coming from the dumpster. Maybe you can call your contractor or whatever and have them come handle it because they got to do something about that. And she's like,
so long story short, it was a smoke detector?
That's a mystery to this day.
Okay.
So from Saturday morning when I wake up until Sunday night, I'm getting ready to like call it a night.
No, I was on the phone with you.
Yeah. We were on FaceTime.
Yeah.
Around 7 p.m., it started doing a different noise. It started doing a beep, 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 beep. And I was like, this is gonna die. Ooh. This thing's gonna fucking die. It was like edging, right? It's like,
oh my God.
It's about to burst. Finally, silence.
Oh, what a good feeling.
I had never felt so calm in my life. I was just like,
what a good feeling.
Finally, I thought everything was settled down until Monday.
Until what? What happened Monday?
My sink starts filling up in my kitchen when I'm taking a shower upstairs. I already knew in one of the guest bathrooms, the shower's like slow to drain. Mm-hmm. And so I'm like, you know what? I'm going to try and handle this myself. And so I go under my sink and I take the whole fucking thing apart, like empty out all the water or whatever and pour some like Drano. And then I tried like putting baking soda and vinegar because supposedly that helps too.
Yeah.
But it just kept fucking filling up and it was just gross. But luckily today a plumber came and
Yes.
my house seems quiet now.
I told you that I was my own plumber this week.
Yeah.
I opened up the shower yesterday and a fucking plunger fell out. And I was like, what is Cisco doing? And he's like, the shower's not draining. Like, I don't know what's going on. Like, I'm trying to fix it. And I'm like, okay. And so then last night I was taking a shower and I looked down. I'm like, the drain is closed. Like when you want to take a bath. And so I just flipped it up and it drained perfectly. And I got out of the shower. I'm like, Cisco, I fixed the shower. He's like, how? I'm like, because the drain was closed, you fucking genius.
We know who wears the pants in that
Yeah. Oh, God. Oh, I went to Knott's.
You did. You took your nieces and nephew.
Yes. So for Christmas, my nieces and my nephew, they're like 6, 9, and 11. I was like, I'm taking you to Disneyland for Christmas. But we were still trying to like figure out a date. And so on Easter, they're like, hey, we don't want to go to Disneyland. We want to go to Knott's Berry Farm because they have more roller coasters. And for me, that's great because it's way cheaper than Disneyland.
Yeah.
But also, you know, like the last time I went to Knott's with you, I fucking puked everywhere. I am not a roller coaster girl.
No.
But I did it. I did it for
Rhoda.
them. My sister and I were talking because we felt so fucking bad because my niece who's 6, she's about to be 7. She fit all the height requirements at Knott's for the roller coasters. The first roller coaster we put her on, Ghost Rider. And I have pictures of me like, yeah, like laughing. And she is hanging on. We felt so bad. I mean, she was fine and she was safe. She met all the safety requirements, but that was like her first roller coaster.
Terrified?
Terrified.
Did she go on them the rest of the day or was she like holding back?
No, she did. And then at the end of the day, she's like, I'll do Ghost Rider again. And we're like, no, absolutely not. But on one, there was like a kid kind of roller coaster. She sat with me and she started screaming. She's like, this feels like Ghost Rider again! And I'm like, oh, God. But it was so fun. We did the old-timey photos.
I love them. They turned out so good.
So good. And I was soaking wet because we went on some water ride 4 times.
Well, thank God it was a hot, sunny day.
I know, hot, sunny day. And then the next day, we went to Costco. And
Talk about an amusement park.
Spencer got his Costco membership.
I'm a member.
So now we can get coffins there and everything.
Yeah, all they have to offer. You had come over to do something, and then I roped you into hopping on a little leader with me, and then you were like, okay, I really have to go. I have to go to Trader Joe's. And I was like, first I shit-talked Trader Joe's to you because I was like, it's not as good as it used to be. I used to be a ride or die.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. I do agree with you. I don't go there much anymore.
It's slipping a little bit.
Yeah, it's slipping.
I was like, you know what? I do want to go to Costco soon, though, next time you go. And you said, I've never seen you so excited. You were like, would you go right now? So we hopped in. We went to Costco. I got a membership.
I retook my picture because it was wild.
Can we show your old one?
No, she took it.
Oh.
Unless I have pictures of it that I've sent to you. I'm sure we do.
It was wild.
I looked like a little mischievous criminal.
You looked like a dumb.ass criminal. Yeah. What were we talking about? So I'm currently in a saying yes to a lot of things phase.
Yes.
As a result, my social calendar has been very full lately.
Yes.
Which is great. But then we were talking, I was on my way to have dinner with some friends the other night. I called Madison and I was like, I don't want to be, like, why am I in the car right now? I want to be home. And she's like, no, like, it'll be fun, whatever. And then I was just like, we were talking about how we both just love to make plans.
Uh-huh.
But then, like, when it comes time to do them, it's like...
I hope they forget.
Yeah. Well, no, you said...
I know. Well, I fucking do this, and I know it's probably unhealthy, but, like, I'll make a plan, and if it's, like, a month from now or something, be like, all right, well, a lot can happen in a month. I could die. And it's like...
She just said it, like, so, like, matter of fact that she's like, yeah, I'll make plans sometimes. And I'll be like, well, I could die before it happens. And I'm like, that's the level you're at where you're like,
I don't want to do that so bad.
I feel content and happy thinking about the fact that I might be dead and not have to go to this.
Yeah.
I love it.
Oh, God. Wait, speaking of death.
Uh-huh.
I have a listener email.
Wait, hold on. Before you get there,
Okay.
I have one more gripe.
Okay.
I feel like I'm just complaining this episode. Whatever. It's life, babe. I started telling you about this, and I'm like, no, I'll finish it on the show. I'm going to Palm Springs next weekend.
Oh, this is
We're going to talk about it.
the dumbest fucking thing. This is a dumbass criminal. You should save this for dumbass criminal, actually.
I really should.
Maybe save it for dumbass criminal for this episode.
Okay. Wait till the fucking end.
Because it's so stupid.
I'm coming for blood.
It's ridiculous.
Okay.
And it makes me sad. It makes me sad
It makes
for
me
what's
scared.
happening. And scared.
Uh-huh.
All right. I have a listener email, though, that will make us laugh.
Okay.
This one says, hello, Spencer and Madison. I had to screenshot this Reddit post from the Portland subreddit to share with you both. Enjoy. I was thrilled to see you here at the Aladdin Theater last year, my favorite venue in town. We loved it there.
That was a cool theater.
That really was. Come back soon. Much love to you both. Chris, a cult babe, and Geoff for life. So this Reddit post says, anyone know where to hire funeral clowns? Uh-huh. Please forgive me. I'm genuine. My lovely cat, Toothpick, died last year in a pretty rough way. He was a jerk and my boy, and I still think of him every day. I want to have a service for him, but the catch is I need it to be unhinged. I've thought about having it at a kid's birthday place or just hiring clowns to come to me, but my apartment is pretty small. I want it to be something interactive and out of place, so I'm open to suggestions. I've thought about hiring Disney princess performers or the magic guys, and then they show up to my cat funeral. It's going to be a special day, so I want the right people. I'm not sure where to find drag queen, clowns, but that would also be amazing.
Do they want to hire us?
Oh my God, I know, we'd go. Anyway, that's the stage. If anyone has suggestions on ideas on where to find clowns for hire or any other ideas, I would be incredibly grateful. Thanks, Portland.
Are you a
love
Geoff?
that?
Who wrote that?
Someone on Reddit. The postage box on Reddit? I don't know.
Are you listening to Postage Box? You can hire us.
We'd come.
We have a fee, but we'll come.
You pay for our plane ticket and room and board.
And we'll be there.
We'll be there.
Yep.
And that's that. But
I love that.
I love hearing about someone continuing the tradition of funeral clowns because it is a dying tradition.
It's a dying tradition, much like blogs, and we need to just bring it all back.
God, I love a blog.
Well, I've got some assholes
Okay.
for us. Where to start? How about with the first one?
Okay. That'll be good.
Okay, it says, am I the asshole for receiving an inheritance from a family member I had never heard of and not giving cash gifts to those who did know her and supposedly cared for her? In theory, am I deserving of her money? No, but in the eyes of the law, yes. Okay, they laid everything out here and I love it.
Okay.
They said an old woman named Mary, born in the 1940s, died a few weeks ago and she left no will. That means that the government seeks her closest living relatives by blood and split it evenly. This is the law in the country where she has lived and died. It turns out that her only living heirs are my great uncle Fred, myself, and 4 other cousins. None of us knew Mary. In theory, are we deserving of her money? No, but in the eyes of the law, yes. We have received an email from our great uncle stating that we should all give up a piece of our inheritances to his daughter Emma, who supposedly cared for her. He wants us to gift her $20,000 out of our inheritance share. Here are my concerns. Emma is a known fraudster in our family and has done some despicable things. Therefore, we have no actual proof that she ever really cared for this old woman, Mary.
Okay.
So is Emma deserving of $20,000? I don't know. She may or may not be. Emma is also asking for a $5,000 reimbursement of money she spent on Mary to care for her. Why didn't Emma claim anything back from when Mary was alive? It seems like a large sum of money to hope would be refunded to you. Emma is also unemployed. Emma also wants $30,000 for funeral organization costs and moving of furniture. And this seems extremely high. Is Emma taking the remainder for herself? It's not that high for a funeral.
And moving.
My great uncle Fred is inheriting $60,000. The rest of us are inheriting $15,000 each. I do not trust Emma. I feel that she is inflating numbers to steal from the estate. Had it been someone else, I would feel differently giving up a share of my money. Emma will inherit from her father Fred eventually, so why do we all have to be involved in giving her money now? Fred could also give his daughter Emma some of his $60,000 share, i.e. not making us give up a piece of ours. Yes, I know this money was undeserved and unexpected from all of us, but should I just blindly give up a piece for someone who may or may not be deserving or legally entitled?
No.
I
think
your money.
Fred is the dad and should be taking care of his kid because an inheritance, typically it would go to Fred and then Fred would be responsible for giving it to his children.
Yeah.
Oh, please.
It's also like it's $15,000 between, all the different cousins or whatever.
Yeah. If Mary wanted it a different way too, and if you were a caretaker and Mary wanted to give it to you, then Mary should have changed her estate.
Please.
It's a cautionary tale though. Like,
get your affairs in order.
Get them in order and don't fucking waver.
Sure. Well, this next one is not related at all, but I read the title of it to you earlier today when we were on the phone.
Okay.
And you were like, please read that on the show.
Refresh my memory.
It says, would I be the asshole for kicking my ex-husband out of our van that we live in because I'm tired of his attitude?
Yeah.
And this is such a now am I the asshole. It says, I'm a 33-year-old female. My husband, who is technically my ex, is a 34-year-old male. We've been living in my van. Renting here in Florida is expensive, and we've gotten evicted recently. We are technically divorced, but are trying to work on our marriage. Plus, we have a 6-month-old son who needs the both of us. Lately, though, he's been annoying the hell out of me, making excuses, saying it's his ADHD, and we've been arguing a lot.
The kid? I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
As somebody with ADHD...
Oh, please. I have it too.
I do TikTok for a living, and I like going live daily. He'll say shit that he knows can get me live banned. If I ask him to do things or for small favors, he cusses me out and makes me feel awful.
God.
We got into a nasty argument yesterday over something very little. I was live and wanted him to go to McDonald's and order lunch because I'm always doing nice favors for us. He then proceeded to call me lazy and run his mouth and how he's tired of always having to pull the weight in our marriage. Like, okay, you don't even work. Meanwhile, I'm the one who brings the income. Well, things turned nasty, and of course he got me banned from going live. I don't know why that gets me. I told him to go kick rocks and kicked him out of my car. I mean, he shouldn't be getting her banned from live, but it's just like, what a scenario. Like, because it makes me think of all the people you scroll past, and there's obviously so many van people on TikTok. And it's just like, which one of you is it? Which one of you is getting banned from your life? It says, I just feel like he's forgotten how many sacrifices I made in our marriage. When we first got married, I was forced to live with him and his freaking grandma because he was too broke to provide housing for us. Then he has me living in Florida with him and all my family's in Michigan. Plus, he refuses to work and is dependent on the money I make. I'm just tired of it. The car title is under my name, by the way. So would I be the asshole for kicking him out of the van that we live in?
No, I think it's time to move on. You guys are legally divorced. Just be divorced.
You know what I say? Pull over.
Pull over, honey.
Pull over, say, roll down the window, or, crank it down.
Say, get the fuck out of my house.
You gotta go.
Yeah.
I gotta go live? Mm-hmm. You're out.
Yeah.
I'm going live. You're no longer part of my life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Bye.
Wait for the TikTok series.
Block him in real life.
Yeah.
Ban him.
Ban him. Ban him from being able to say rude shit to you. Mm-hmm.
Yep. No, not the asshole.
Not the asshole.
Why
don't we have gavels out?
I don't know.
Especially now that we're on video.
I know.
Okay, we'll pull some gavels out. But I am up first this week.
Okay, well, I have a side bitch ready. Are you looking at the picture?
I'm peeking. I'm like, what's going on here?
This is from the Miami Herald, 2002, so not super old, for a man named Everett. And it starts out with a little poem from Shakespeare. Let's talk of graves, of worms and epitaphs, make dust our paper, and with rainy eyes write sorrow on the bosom of the earth.
Ooh.
Haunted by the agony of Everett Eaton's brave, long-suffering journey unto death, I am left with the remembrance of his sweet, non-complaining courage. Everett was dying for a cigarette. The cigarettes won their battle on July 18th, 2002. Everett was a retired journeyman of Electricians Local Union number 349, Miami, Florida. He was born in Portland, Maine, and is survived by his wife and a whole bunch of people. And then it ended with, the soul can split the sky in two and let the face of God shine through. But I just love that he was dying for a cigarette.
Amen.
It was in the newspaper, and the picture they used in the newspaper was not flattering.
Yeah.
Well, the reason I clicked on it was because I was like, there's no way they put him deceased, like a picture of him deceased.
Oh, you thought he was dead in it?
Yes.
Maybe he might be. He might just be.
Oh, but he's just thinking about a cigarette right there.
Oh, he's like, come on.
Come on.
Just one, boy. All right. Well, we're going to take a quick break. And when we come back, I'll tell you what had me spinning in my coffin.
All righty.
We'll be right back.
And we're back. Spencer, what had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Well, Madison, you've given me a hint at what you're talking about this week, and I am beyond excited for it because it's such a wild story. But my coffin spinner today is about an object many of us probably have in our homes, cars, offices. From 2009 to 2018, it caused nearly 33,000 accidents in the United States and almost 2 million deaths annually.
What? What is it?
I'm talking about umbrellas.
What?
Yup.
Okay.
Okay. So hear me out. So I'm walking to get coffee with someone.
Someone special who I got to meet.
You did. Last week, and I'm telling him the story that I told you guys about how somebody opened up an umbrella while we were riding horses.
Yes.
And he mentioned something about, this many people die every year from umbrellas. And I said, what? Well, actually, I said, thanks for the coffin spinner.
Yeah, I'm like, he's perfect. He's perfect for you.
Seriously, I'm like, thank you for the content. If that's all I get from that, that's fine. Just kidding. Okay, but I had a funeral-esque story that I'm going to share next week. But this was one of those situations where I started looking into the umbrella thing, and I was researching umbrella deaths, and I was blown away.
Okay.
Unintended, and you'll see why. But not only did I stumble upon alarming statistics like the aforementioned, but I came across a plethora of stories of people who died in umbrella-related incidents.
I think of Mary Poppins for some reason.
The saddest movie of all time.
You think?
Where she's impaled by the umbrella at the end, yeah.
Oh my gosh, she gets blown away and struck by lightning.
No, but I was Googling all of this, and I just started getting so down the rabbit hole that I was like, okay, A, I'm either going to call Madison and tell her all of this right now, or B, I was like, I'm going to tell you and the Geoffs at the same time. So Let this be my legacy. Let me be the one to awaken the world of the dangers that lurk in the form of a piece of fabric over a metal chamber.
Ooh.
He's got a thesaurus.
Okay.
He's got a dictionary. Okay. This is from the Herald Mail Media website. There was this little blurb that said in 2016, a woman living in China was in a motorcycle accident and died, but it wasn't the motorcycle impact that killed her. It was an airborne umbrella. Around the same time, across the world at Virginia Beach, another woman was hit by an umbrella caught in the air. She later died from cardiac arrest after the umbrella hit her in the torso. The woman's daughter said the beach was always her mother's favorite place to be. While umbrella-related deaths might be uncommon, they aren't unheard of. And that's not true if there's almost 2 million a year.
I know.
The Central European News reported that roughly 2 million deaths per year occur globally from umbrella-related incidents, with even more victims surviving from non-fatal injuries. And I want to talk about both of the stories that were mentioned in that article. So I did a little deep dive to see what I could find. And the first incident that is referred to is the motorcycle incident, and they never named the woman in any of the articles. They kept all her information private, but she was riding down Anshan Road in Linjiang, and apparently the umbrella got swept up in a gust of wind. Police, as of the time this article on Fox News was printed, had quite the investigation because they couldn't figure out what happened to her. It was either the umbrella impaled her while she was riding on the motorcycle, or she crashed and, well, there was no damage to her bike, but she, like, I guess fell over and got impaled on the umbrella.
Got it.
But
when I was a kid, I ran through the house with a tennis racket. And I, like, had it, like, I was, like, holding it like this. Ran through the house, hit a chair. Passed out, took the wind out of me. And I woke up to my mom screaming, like, call 911. Like, she just passed out.
Oh, no.
But I did it to myself. I don't know. It just made me think maybe we could do tennis racket death.
Yeah, I'm sure there's some.
It was scary.
For sure. Have you ever seen people be able to put their bodies through a tennis racket?
Jealous.
Can you imagine?
I would love to imagine.
You know, I got stuck in a shelf. Have we talked about that?
I don't think so.
This was, it wasn't even my last house. It was at the apartment where this whole shebang started.
Yeah.
I think I still had a roommate. I still had Heidi at the time.
Yeah.
I think we were living together. And I had bought this shelf from Target. It was like I don't know. It was like a 2-layered shelf. I think I had put it together around me.
Stupid.
And I like pulled it down to try and get out of it. And it got stuck pushing on like my chest and ribs. And I was like arms down. Like, oh my God. Whoa. What am I going to do? And I had to go break it.
You had to break it. You built it and then broke it.
And returned it. I don't know what's wrong with this one.
Oh my God.
But it was one of those panic moments where you're just like when you put on a ring at a store and you can't get it off, and you're like,
oh, take my finger. I can't afford this.
Okay. Anyways, back to umbrellas. Where was I? Okay, so they couldn't figure that one out. But the second story that they refer to in that article is about a woman named Lottie Belk. Police were called, I guess, to the beach at 33rd Street in Virginia Beach, responding to a report that a woman was in cardiac arrest. And when they arrived to the scene, they learned that this 55-year-old woman, Lottie, had been hit in the chest by a beach umbrella that had at one point been anchored in the sand but gotten loose. One article said that it stabbed her. Others made it sound like she just got hit really hard in the torso.
Well, I know the bottoms of those is like a pick.
Yeah.
It has to stick. Oh, God.
So I'm not really sure what happened, but I guess the city came out and made a statement saying, like, if it's over 15 miles per hour, you need to put the umbrella on the ground. And I'm like, okay. Everyone bring your speedometers to the beach. Like, how do you know what the wind is? But I wanted to see if her obituary referenced the incident because I was curious. I'm like, does it say? Or I was just curious, I guess, how they would, like, if they would explain it. Yeah. And it didn't, but I learned a lot about her. She had her own boutique. She was active on the hospitality committee at her church and professionally worked in the mental health field with family services. So seems like, a really great gal. Obviously really sad. 55 is so young.
Yeah.
And it's just an awful way to go. I feel like it's such a freak accident. And all of these stories really give me like Final Destination vibes. Like when you're driving behind a truck and you see some shit and you're like, I'm switching lanes.
Like a log truck.
Yeah. Oh, please. I stumbled upon another crazy beach story about a 63-year-old woman named Tammy Perio who was at Garden City Beach with her husband and a couple of their friends when one of her friends said a gust of wind came through, took an umbrella through the air, but it kept going and going. And I guess they were all like, oh, duck down, duck down. So they ducked down, but the umbrella impaled Tammy going through her arm into her rib cage. Tammy was taken to the local emergency room and died from chest trauma less than an hour after being struck by the umbrella.
God.
Her obituary also didn't name the cause of death, but it did say like Tammy Perio died tragically on Surfside Riverside Beach in South Carolina. But I'm just like, that's like a new fucking fear unlocked.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. I mean, umbrellas, like even big ones really are fragile. And I think the 2 million deaths, I don't think the number's inflated, but I do think it's not just the umbrellas that you're taking out in the rain. I think it's umbrellas, beach umbrellas or backyard umbrellas. Anytime it's super windy here, my umbrella in the backyard flies out of the table thing. And canopies as well are also considered a type of umbrella. So canopy related deaths. But now I want to talk about perhaps the deadliest umbrella. Well, not really, because the regular umbrellas cause so many fatalities and injuries. But I want to talk about a specific umbrella that was designed to cause harm.
What?
Yes. Okay. This is my shit. This is like what
Is this some spy shit?
Yes. Okay. So it's called the Bulgarian umbrella, and it's an umbrella that's equipped with a hidden pneumatic mechanism, which is basically a device that uses pressurized air to cause like a little...
It's like a gun.
Yeah. But it injects a small poisonous pellet containing ricin. And this device became notorious for its use in an assassination attempt. The most well-known incident involving a Bulgarian umbrella occurred on September 7th of 1978 when the Bulgarian dissident writer Georgi Markov was assassinated at the Waterloo Bridge in London. The assassination of Georgi Markov unfolded as he waited for a bus on the Waterloo Bridge and felt a sharp jab in his right thigh. A person picked up a dropped umbrella, apologized in a foreign accent, and quickly left the scene. Initially dismissing the incident, he soon found himself in severe pain and was later admitted to the hospital with symptoms including a high fever and difficulty speaking. Despite the absence of any visible foreign objects on initial x-rays, a detailed post-mortem examination revealed a tiny pellet with a specialized design for delivering poison. This pellet implanted into his thigh was thought to have released ricin, a highly toxic compound derived from the castor bean plant, leading to his death. This conclusion was supported by the similarity of symptoms exhibited by Markov and the effects known to be caused by ricin poisoning. The Bulgarian umbrella and the assassination of Georgi Markov have had a significant cultural influence, inspiring various episodes in TV series, novels, films, and this event remains one of the most infamous uses of a Bulgarian umbrella. I just love a spy contraption.
Yeah.
I stayed up so late the other night reading about some of the other gadgets that spies used, but...
I know like certain canes.
Don't give anything away because I'm working actively on a coffin spinner that we can look forward to in the very near future.
Okay.
All about it. But I think that's where I'm going to leave it. I know it's a little bit of a shorter one, but long story short, anchor your fucking umbrellas. Don't open them in front of horses.
Don't open them in the house.
Don't open them in the
Bad
house.
luck.
And if you see one flying in the wind, you better get the fuck out of there.
Okay. Well, thank you.
So that's my lowdown on umbrellas.
Oh, God. Well, thank you. Thank you. Everything's scary.
Well, you know what? I think it was just like hearing that factoid. It was just one of those ones where it caught me in a moment because I feel like you read or come across so many facts, or like I feel like that's one you would see included on like list of the craziest things. Did you know that umbrellas kill this many people per year? Like a Jeopardy answer or something.
Snapple.
Yeah, Snapple fact.
Yeah.
But I was like, I want to know more.
And want to know the people.
Yeah, I want to talk about it.
God, well.
So that was what had me spinning in this coffin this week.
Okay, well.
We'll take a quick break. When we come back, we'll hear what had Madison spinning in her coffin this week.
All right.
We'll be right back. And we're back. What had you spinning in your coffin this week?
Oh my gosh, Geoffs, have I got a story for you this week? You all know how much we love the Victorian era. However, there was an era before that called the Georgian era, and some wild fucking people came out of it. The Georgian era ran from 1714 to about 1837, so like right before the Victorian era. And the Georgian era was named after the 4 British monarchs who were all named George. So George 1, 2, 3, and 4. This age was sort of an age of enlightenment in Britain. There were advancements in science, the arts, literature, and social reform. I always thought that the Victorians started the trend of wearing black for mourning. However, the Georgians did it too, and they too mourned for long periods of time. However, I think the Victorians definitely took the cake. Their mourning dress was similar in color. However, Victorians were more coded. So like the Victorians, we've talked about this before, but they would like represent each stage of mourning they were in. During the Georgian era, you would still see funerals in some pretty elaborate ones, but not as elaborate as the Victorians. So basically, the Georgians seemed to do most of what the Victorians did while mourning and funeral traditions, but on a slightly smaller scale. And a whole mourning industry didn't commercialize like it did during the Victorian era.
Yeah.
So, but they're like pretty similar. I found a great breakdown of Georgian era customs for mourning on a website called jerrywalton.com. I think it's a blog, but this woman writes a ton about the 18th and 19th century and is an author, and I thought it was super interesting. So apparently some guy wrote into Town and Country magazine in 1769.
Oh my, they go that far back? What are they, the first magazine?
I don't think there's any relation to the ones you see today because I think they started in like the late 1800s or 1901.
Okay.
But basically, he was pissed that people weren't being respectful mourners, so he included rules and etiquette, and Jerry Walton put it on her website. So quickly, during the Georgian era, wives mourning for their husbands, the first week, wives were not to appear in public. They were also not to be without a handkerchief, even in private.
Please.
The second Sunday, they were to be much affected with the sermon, and they needed to have their handkerchief with them.
So that he said, you better fucking cry.
You better cry. Okay, this I thought was funny. After the first month, the widowed wife could attend a tragedy and then weep in character either at the play or the loss of her husband. But then in the second month, she was allowed to attend a comedy, and she could smile, but not languishly.
You can smirk, babe, but that's all.
Yeah. The third month allowed for laughter at a play or dancing with her prospective bridegroom. The fourth month permitted her to jump into her intended arms and finish her widowhood. So she had about 4 months of mourning.
Okay.
Husbands mourning for their wives. The husband was directed to weep or seem to weep at the funeral.
Oh, wow. Okay.
He could not be seen at the chocolate house for the first week and was supposed to provide a proper sigh whenever good wives or even matrimony was mentioned.
What's the chocolate house?
I don't know, and I couldn't find it. I couldn't find anything on it, but I hope it's like a chocolate factory.
I hope.
I really hope so. The third week allowed for a mistress if he didn't have one already.
Third week?
Third week.
Hell yeah.
Fourth week, he could appear in public. And then the second month, he could obtain more mistresses if he chose not to marry, as mistresses supposedly provided solace for his melancholy.
Sorry, real quick, did you know apparently that back in the day, wealthy families, did you see this?
No.
Used to have women that worked for the family, like maids or whatever, would go help boys living in the home ejaculate.
Oh, God. That's terrible.
It was like part of their duty.
Fuck.
Go have to give a handy.
Humans are so fucked up.
Yeah.
Jesus. Well, now we have a little background of the Georgian era. I have to tell you about Martin Van Butchel.
Let's hear it.
He's the star of the show. He's a man who was pretty famous during this era, and he was often called the king of eccentrics.
Ooh.
Okay. Now, this story is like 3 stories wrapped into one, and my jaw was on the fucking ground writing this week. So
I'm excited.
Pay attention. So we have Martin Van Butchel. He was born in February of 1735. There's not a ton of information on him just because it's hundreds of years old, but we do know that his father was also named Martin Sr., and his father was a tapestry maker, and he was very well liked, and he was appointed by King George II as a tapestry maker. Martin the main character we're going to talk about, was very interested in the study of anatomy and medicine. Apparently, he had broken a tooth and just was super interested in it. He also loved taxidermy and would display them in his home, but we'll get to that. So he wanted to study medicine and was able to study under the Georgian era's most famous surgeon, a man named John Hunter. And I can't believe we haven't talked about John Hunter before because he's fucking wild. He did help and collaborate with the inventor of the smallpox vaccine, and some call him the father of modern surgery. But there's also a lot of fucked up things that he did. He experimented on himself to prove that gonorrhea and syphilis were the same venereal disease, which we now know they're not. He would inject gonorrhea into himself.
Jesus.
But he didn't know that it had been contaminated with syphilis. So he got both of them. So he carried this theory that they were the same. He was proven wrong like 50 years later. John had an incredibly large collection of anatomical specimens. He had human skeletons, animal skeletons, organs, and his collection was about 14,000.
Jeez.
Okay. During the Georgian era, there was also a man named Charles Byrne. Now, Charles Byrne was nicknamed the Irish Giant. He was considered to be a freak in those days because he was between 7 feet, 7 inches, and 8 feet. People wanted to. I know. He was very, very tall. Daddy, yes. People obviously wanted to see him. They would gawk at him when they saw him, but they grew to love him, and he became like a big celebrity in town, and people would pay to come see him.
And I wonder how big his dick was.
Probably humongous.
Huge, huh?
Yeah. Well.
Sorry, are you blushing?
Yeah, I just clicked out of my notes. Jesus, where'd they go?
And I see your Google search history is looking for the answer.
I did try to look. Wait, where's the rest of my episode?
Oh, no.
Wait, hold on. Let me hit undo. I deleted the rest of my episode.
So verklempt.
Oh, my God. Okay, so Charles, the Irish Giant.
Sure.
Well, John becomes obsessed with him.
The surgeon.
The surgeon who Martin is
apprenticing under.
Yes. So John becomes obsessed with him. He wants to study him while he's alive, and he also wants him in his collection when he dies.
Oh, God.
Charles, the Irish Giant, he became incredibly afraid of John, and apparently John even had people spying on Charles all the time to know his whereabouts.
He wanted to know.
Yes. So Charles Byrne's health started to deteriorate, and he allegedly became an alcoholic, and he was like this star in town. He passed away at the age of 22, but while his health was deteriorating, he tried to devise a plan to make sure that John wouldn't get his body after he passed away. So Charles passes away. His coffin was 9 feet 4 inches.
Oh my
Huge.
God.
But he wanted it to be sealed shut and made of lead and then put on a ship so that he could be buried at sea and away from John. Well, on the fucking way to the ship, to bury him at sea, somehow John bribes a member of the funeral party, paying them 500 pounds, which in today's money is like 15,000 pounds, to sell him his body. And whoever in the funeral party did it, they sold the Irish Giant's body to John and just filled the coffin with rocks so that it was heavy, and then put the coffin out to sea.
Scandal.
Scandalous. John went on to dissect Charles' body and then strip it down to the skeleton, and his skeleton was displayed until 2023.
What?
Finally, this museum called the Hunterian Museum finally agrees to put him into retirement after years of pressure from so many people.
They should have put him out to sea like he wanted.
I know. I don't know what they did. It just said they retired him. So
what is he, sitting in some basement?
I guess.
Put him at sea.
The Hunterian Museum, I believe, is basically all of John Hunter's collection that the government purchased in the late 1700s. Okay, so back to fucking Martin. So I'm sorry. So we have Martin. We had a little intro of him.
Yeah.
He studies under John. We had to just fucking talk about how corrupt John was. Okay, so we have Martin.
We do.
He's eccentric and he studies under John Hunter, which probably made him the way he fucking was because he's wild. So Martin becomes a dentist after his studies.
Okay.
He runs his practice out of his home and becomes incredibly popular. He
He's the most popular dentist in
He was, because he made dentures. And at the time, like, those were new. So people were like, we gotta.
Well, we got into the history of it a little bit.
Yeah.
When we did the teeth episode.
Yes. So he does dentures. He also does other dental work, but he's also a really great advertiser. His house, where his practice was painted in vivid colors. And if you saw him around town, you knew who he was because of the way he was dressed and by his pony that he rode.
Oh, shit.
He rode a gray pony around town, and he would often paint the pony purple.
Oh, my God.
Or he would just do purple polka dots. Or he would do black stripes like a zebra. So you like knew, okay, that's John.
Yeah, that's John. Or no, not John.
I'm sorry, that's Martin.
That's Martin.
That's Martin.
Yep.
He never cut his hair or beard, so his hair and beard were super long. And he also carried around a huge bone as protection. It was like this curved bone. Some people said it was a tooth, but he always had it strapped to his wrist because, you know, if he needed protection.
You never know.
He was also a fashion designer.
Oh, shit.
Okay. His side hustle was selling men's corsets, garters, underwear, and anything that would help keep your pants up.
Sounds like he had a little sugar in his tank.
I think he might have. He invented something called a Spencer. Which was like a cummerbund crossed with like a short coat to keep your pants up. It's called a Spencer. So he has a wife. Okay.
Oh, I was under the assumption that he never married.
No, he had a wife. And because she was a woman during this time, it's hard to find her actual name.
Oh, is she always referred to as like
The first
Mrs. Martin, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I believe her name was Maria or Mary. But yeah, she's referred to as first wife and everything. She dies in 1775 of natural causes at age 36, which, okay. Natural. I don't know. Now,
I mean, at the time.
yeah. So nothing I've read suggests that she was super wealthy, but apparently when they got married, there was a clause in their marriage certificate that stated that as long as she was above ground, he would get her money and assets.
Okay.
So instead of burying her when she passes away, he decides to call up John Hunter, who we talked about, and John Hunter's brother, because his brother was also a surgeon, and one other doctor, and the three of them embalm her. From the Evening Centennial from 1955, it says they, quote, embalmed the good lady with oil of turpentine, spirits of camphor, powdered camphor, and nitre, so mixed with coloring matter that she retained all her lively hues. It goes on, quote, Martin had made a sort of showcase cabinet and lined the rear portion with plaster of Paris. Into this chair, he gently pressed his dearly departed, clad in her wedding dress and with her hair arranged in the height of fashion. When the plaster dried, there she was in all her glory, sitting with her hands lightly clasped on her lap in natural colors. Because he could not preserve the luster of her eyes, he had them replaced with glass. The cabinet was fitted with a removable glass front and surrounded by sliding tapestry curtains.
Wow.
So basically, he embalms the fuck out of her, stuck her into a plaster chair,
God.
and displayed her in his home, which was also his dentistry practice, and it helped business.
So it's just displayed like La Pascualita.
Exactly. I read that he also displayed her dead pet parrot with her at her feet, but he even had to put out ads in the newspaper like, hey, I have to limit the visiting hours and I don't want strangers to come look at her, only friends of friends. That's okay, friends of friends, but not strangers.
It's kind of like a drive-through funeral.
I know. He later had to hire a housekeeper to keep his first wife in good condition, like, just to dust her and everything. However, that housekeeper and him end up getting married. And she's like, hey, your first wife has got to go. So they donated her to the Royal College of Surgeons, where I believe John Hunter's collection is at, the Hunterian thing. So she's there with the giant. The first wife's body sat on display there until 1941, when a German bomb hit the college, which caused massive damage, including her. I have to read, just to end, witness statements from people who saw her body on display. This is from the londondead.blogspot.com. It says, quote, a visitor in 1857 remarked of her embalmed remains, quote, what a wretched mockery of a once lovely woman it now appears, with its shrunken and rotten-looking bust, its hideous mahogany-colored face, and its remarkably fine set of teeth. Between the feet are the remains of a green parrot. Whether immolated or not at the death of his mistress is uncertain, but it still retains its plumage. In the 1885 edition of the Dictionary of National Biography, Maria's corpse received even shorter shrift. Quote, at the present time, it is a repulsive-looking object.
Oh, shit.
So, okay,
What
Georgian...
a wild guy.
I know, but the Georgian era was just as wild as the Victorian era.
Yeah, we need to get more into the Georgian era.
I know.
Oh, Victorian era, you're out. Georgian era, you're in.
You're in, honey.
You're in, and we're going to talk more about that.
We're going to expose you.
Okay, I can't fucking wait for that. But first, I have to expose this wild obituary.
Okay.
That came from first of all, great story.
Oh, thank you.
Really loved that.
Love it.
The whole time you were telling it, I was like, this is something I would want to listen to.
Yeah, okay, good.
Really?
Good.
Yeah. Love obituary. 5 stars. But this obituary, the short one, it's from the Kentucky Post, Saturday, August 30th, 1913.
Okay.
And it says, Walter Mouse, 34, machinist of 1638 Vine Street, died late Friday at the German Deaconess Hospital following injuries received recently when one of his thighs was impaled on an umbrella.
Oh, God, did it hit like a main artery, I bet?
Something, or probably just maybe an infection. I don't know.
Oh, that'll do it.
That'll do it.
What a way to go.
And the headline was Umbrella Causes Death. But I was like, well, you gotta do it.
God.
Who do you got?
Okay, I found this obituary and I just love this woman. She just seems like a gal that we would want to know.
Uh-huh.
Okay.
Let's get to know her.
Her name's Betty. Betty, 93, passed away on August 28th, 2023 in her Monterey home surrounded by her loving family.
Oh, recently.
Yeah. She was born on November 20th, 1929 to Othel and Charlotte Smith in Springfield, Missouri. She lived in Missouri until she was 22 years old, where she enjoyed such activities as demolition car racing and attending a screen test for Paramount Studios.
Ooh.
Paramount offered to fly her to Hollywood. However, her mother did not want her involved in the unsavory Hollywood lifestyle.
Oh, come on. Let me be in the show, Ma.
I know, let me be in the pictures. In 1951, Betty relocated to Monterey, California with her mother. In 1952, she met the love of her life, Joe, at the Blue Ox restaurant in Monterey. Following a dinner in which he invited himself to dine with her, her car wouldn't start and he offered her a ride home. A whirlwind romance led to an elopement to Lake Tahoe. Once there, she decided to wait to get married and asked to go home. A fortuitous snowstorm closed the highways back to Monterey, and knowing the scandal that would ensue if she spent the night with Joe without being married, she tied the knot, later renewing their vows at San Carlos Church. She was happily married to Joe for 53 years until his passing in 2006. Betty spent 25 years as the office manager for Walter Colton Junior High School in Monterey, was very involved in the Italian Catholic Federation, Festa Italia San Carlos Church, Chomp volunteer, Monterey Bay Aquarium supporter, and many other local organizations. She acted at the First Theater of Monterey and was an avid garage sale customer. In 1960, she and several other women started the Sewing Club. They never sewed a stitch. It was simply a way for the ladies to get out of the house, have coffee, cake, and gossip together, with their husbands none the wiser. In fact, Jo would often give her socks to mend, which never returned. The ladies got together for the next 50 years. Yes, the husbands caught on eventually. In addition to the Sewing Club, she held many poker parties at her house and loved traveling to Tahoe, Reno, and Chuck Chauncey casinos. Betty had a wonderful life surrounded by a large family and a larger group of friends. One of her last wishes was that nobody should mourn her loss. They should instead celebrate her life. Betty was preceded in death by her parents, her brothers, her husband, her stepson. She is survived by her sons, her grandchildren, and her great-grandchildren.
Love her.
I love her. I love that she was like, I'm not marrying you. Oh, fuck, I have to marry you. This scandal, and then her gossiping for 50 years.
God, love a gossip.
She's so cute.
Well, we have spun in our coffins.
And we have bitched our obituaries.
Which means it's time for some dumb
ass
criminals.
criminals.
You chose mine for me, I guess, because now I got to tell this story.
Oh my gosh, yes you do.
The dumbass criminals that I want to talk about are the people, whoever is running Peak Reservation.
Okay.
I think that's the name of the company. So listen to this. Geoffs, I am going down to Palm Springs next weekend, and it happens to be coinciding with Coachella weekend. So I think, you know what? I'm going to make some reservations at restaurants I'd like to go to so that I'm not waiting in huge lines and unable to get to my places. So I go on, I make one reservation for dinner somewhere fine. Then I make another reservation, or attempt to, for Norma's at the Parker Hotel, which is my favorite hotel in Palm Springs. Norma's is the best breakfast in Palm Springs. I go to make the reservation, and they have a whole new website. So it takes me to this website called Peak, P-E-A-K. This website asks me to place a bid for a table. Like, I click the day, I click the time, and it's like, place your bid. And I'm confused as all get out. So I call the hotel, and I'm like, hi, like, I was hoping to make a reservation at Norma's. And
Which you've never had a problem with before.
no. And he's like, oh, did you see you have to do it through Peak now? And I said, I saw that, but I'm confused because it's asking me to bid. He's like, right. You place a bid, and whoever has that table, if they accept your bid, then you get the table. So you have to pay this bid or whatever. And I was like, okay. And he's like, but people never really accept bids, so I would pick a different time or something. So I go onto this fucking website. You still have to pay. I paid $25 to reserve the table, and that is criminal. That should be criminal. Here's the thing. You know, I make reservations all the time for dinner, and a lot of times on Open Table or whatever, it'll be like, oh, you have to, for this restaurant in particular, you have to put down like a $50 deposit or something, which is basically just ensuring that you're keeping your reservation, which I get. Restaurants are busy, got to make their coin. And so that's always fine because you don't get charged unless you no-show.
Right.
You're allowed to still cancel until a certain time before or whatever.
Right.
Still, come on, but fine. That I understand. That I can wrap my head around. The idea that you have to outbid people for a table at a restaurant is fucking absurd. And I just am picturing some tech bro using daddy's money was like, how can I fuck people over even more? How can I add a surcharge? And I don't know the origins of this company. I'm not asking anyone to go after them. I just think that there's not one sane person in this world who's like, that's fucking awesome.
It pisses me off. And when you told me this, I was like, this feels like a Black Mirror fucking episode. I don't like that it's not in the restaurant's hands. Like,
yeah, it's like a third part. I was almost like, is this a scam? Like, what is going on? I have to bid for a table, and like,
it's embarrassing.
Here's one thing that I will say. There's a lot of restaurants that are reserved for months out at a time sometimes.
Okay, that's fair.
I could see there being a use for it's like, okay, I really want to go to this restaurant. I'm going to bid for that table so that I can go to that restaurant or or whatever
Not even-
early.
Yeah, but
Well, because you're paying for convenience at that point. But this just feels like a scam. It's like I have to pay $25 just to make the reservation.
yeah.
And I'm mad that I did it, but I really want to have breakfast there when
Yeah.
I'm there, so I did it. And I love the hotel, and this isn't even anything on them, obviously. I love the Parker, and I love Norma's, but I was just like, Jesus, what kind of world? I was so mad. I called you and I called my sister, and I told my sister, soon you're going to have to reserve a spot at the grocery store.
I know.
That's-
It's scary.
Come on.
I hate it. I hate it.
I can get most things, and I never want to shit on like a small company or whatever.
But it feels like highway robbery, and it feels like you
Yeah.
can't get in somewhere unless you have a bunch of money to blow, and I don't like that.
Yeah, it just feels like fucked up.
Yeah.
So they're the dumbass criminal this week.
I agree with you. I think that's great. Well, mine's different.
Okay.
Okay, mine happened in Akron, Ohio.
Okay.
October 17th, 2023, auto shop employees at Arlington Auto Wrecking in Akron spotted a man attempting to break in to one of the vehicles on their premises, okay? And I guess this business had been dealing with several break-ins before, and the workers there were pissed and just determined to put an end to it. So when they saw this guy breaking into a car that was sitting at their business, they sprung into action, and apparently the man that was breaking into the car was like busy in the back seat of the car doing something. So the employees take matters into their own hands, and they powered up a forklift, went to the side of the vehicle with the criminal still inside, and suspended the criminal and the car high above the ground until authorities could arrive. Okay, there's footage of this. I'll post a picture of it. They call 911. And the dispatcher's reaction was hilarious. I guess the employee said, "So he's still in the car about 20 feet in the air." And the dispatcher said, "Wonderful. That is the greatest thing I've ever heard. We will get somebody out to you." When police arrived, they were able to arrest this guy, no problem. One officer said, quote, "He broke into a car at the junkyard, and before he could get out, he's done it before. They got like the forklift, and they had him like, I'm not kidding, like 20 feet off the ground. So when we got there, he went right into custody." The suspect was later identified as Alexander Funk, 26 years old.
Come on.
And charges were that he was arrested and charged with criminal trespassing and possessing criminal tools. They fucking forklifted his car, or the car he was breaking into. Look at... He said, "You're not fucking getting away."
It's not even that high of a jump. I would have booked it.
20 feet.
Man.
I mean, maybe it doesn't look as high there, but I guess it was 20 feet.
I might take my chances.
I know. What a dumbass.
Oh, shit. I love that.
I know.
I do.
Could you imagine? He's like in there like, yeah, I'm going to get this catalytic converter or whatever. And
Next thing you know, you fucking, ooh, ow. Oh, shit.
How embarrassing.
Oh my God. I love that. Love it all. And if you love this, you might love our book, Obituary, the Big Hot Book of Death, coming to you very soon, August.
Very soon.
Coming out this August. So we might have some exciting news to go along with that very soon.
Very soon. prh.com/obituary.
Yeah, if you want to pick yourself up a copy, we love a pre-order.
Oh, God, it helps us so much.
As does reviewing us. So if you could be so kind as to leave a little love in our reviews, we would appreciate the hell out of you. But that is where we're going to leave it for the week. We'll be back next week with some more rat quaff and spinners.
And obituaries.
And dumb.
Ass
Criminals.
criminals.
I'm going to do more funeral-ish next week. I feel like mine wasn't. Okay, here's the thing, Geoffs. I'm having a little, not regret. I like what I talked about.
I do too.
Yeah, but I just feel like I'm like, was that aligned with obituary?
Yes.
Okay. I hope you guys liked it. Goodbye.
Goodbye.